Hello everybody, welcome to the Paul Cruz Show. I hope everyone's having a great week. It's been an incredible 2 weeks since I've been in my new office. A lot of great strategies I'm planning. I'm planning an event for May sometime, maybe in the middle of May, doing a seminar here in my office, inviting some local businesses here that were going to attend my seminar a year ago. But until the COVID shut it down, I'm going to bring it back, but more powerful, in a better environment with a stronger topic that it's going to help a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners. So I'm excited about it. And I have a really powerful topic that's really simple, yet most people don't question it. For me personally, I always question, sayings, euphemisms, and myths. I'm always challenging that. And hopefully after this topic, you will start thinking about, before you agree with any myth or any, saying in business or euphemism. Because it's important that you understand when you agree with something, that you have that understanding. To me, it's important. Now, before we dig into this topic, if you're watching this podcast on my YouTube channel and you want to follow me on this channel, just hit the subscription button below. If you like the video, smash that like button. Also, share your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. I appreciate that. Okay. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a business saying that goes like this. Work smarter, not harder. Have you ever really thought about that? I'm about to debunk it, and I'm about to show you how I challenged that and why I challenged it. Before I do that, I'm going to give you some examples and analogies that hopefully all of you could relate with. I'm pretty sure all of you can relate with what I'm about to say. When you look at star athletes like LeBron James, not my favorite player, but I respect what he does. I respect how long he's been good at doing what he does. Look at Tom Brady, quarterback, 43 years old, what he's still able to do at his age in football. I've been following Tom Brady for 20 plus years. When you look at Kobe Bryant, you look at Michael Jordan, you look at top musicians and athletes and entertainers that have longevity and the cream of the top in their profession for many, many years, there's two things that they do consistently. And here it goes. They work smart, but they also work harder than anyone in their profession. You see, I don't personally believe working smarter and not harder. Just because you're smart doesn't mean you should not work hard. I'm going to give you a personal testimony of myself. But this is not about me, but it's about how I challenge working smarter and not harder. Some of you know that I was a marathon runner. I was a city and state champion in high school for track and field. I was the youngest finisher ever in New York City Marathon at 18 years old. I was training for the Olympics to either represent Puerto Rico, where my parents are from, or America. I couldn't negotiate with Reebok because I was too young. I didn't have an agent. I didn't have a sponsor. I didn't have any of that. But one thing I did do is I worked hard. I trained hard. What I lacked was I wasn't smart because I didn't have a coach to lead me that way. But I worked hard. I worked hard in business, being a salesman, an entrepreneur, being a business owner, being a martial artist. When first you understand what you're doing and you become smarter about how you do things, and you understand how it works, whether it's real estate, whether it's, any type of other industry, whether you're a musician, an actor, an actress, an athlete. When you don't know what you don't know, you're going to be working hard and not knowing why you're working. However, as time goes on, hopefully you become smarter and wiser, right? You learn some basic fundamentals. You learn certain things that you didn't know. But that's part of growth. But once you have understanding of what you're doing, are you going to work less hard than you were when you didn't know anything? You see, for me, it is about understanding what you're doing, learn the basic, be smart about it, and then work harder to be better than anyone else, or to be the best you could be by working hard and being smart. So for me personally, I don't buy into that work smarter and not harder. Now, sometimes people work foolishly. They have no time management. They have no strategy. They have no direction. That's just flat out dumb. Sometimes when you first start something, you're ignorant. Ignorant means you just don't know what you don't know. But once you start to understand what you know and you don't become smart about it, then shame on you. Does that make sense? So you really have to ask yourself, do I work smarter and not harder? Or do I work smart and work harder than anyone else in my profession, in my industry, to become top notch? And I'll give you an example. Those of you who know me know I love selling. I love teaching it. I love cold calling. I love the art of storytelling. I love everything about my profession. And to me, I don't consider it work. However, I do work hard to keep myself sharp, to try to be better every single day. Because it's my profession, it's what I do. And I always tell people, I speak with people all the time, I say, listen, if you put me up against the top salespeople in the world, we're in the office room, and we have the same script, the same product, no advantages, no social media, no nothing, just flat out grind, I will outwork any of them, anybody. Because I will be smarter and I will work harder. Not taking anything away from anybody. That's what I believe in. That's what I mean about working harder. I work hard every single day to get better at what I'm doing, because if I become better, I'm going to be more valuable to my customers. I'm going to be more valuable to my associates. I'm going to be more valuable to my family and my friends. Because working hard is not just for making money. For me, the number one thing I work hard in every single day is to develop the right character as a person. Because at the end of the day, there's only two things you really have in life. You have your word and you have your character. And they have to agree. Because everything that comes out of your mouth should match your actions. It's just that simple. Does that make sense? So just think about athletes like LeBron James. You don't think he works hard to stay on top of his game and being the best for so many years? You don't think Tom Brady works hard and smart than anybody in football? You don't think these musicians that have been in top of their game for 20, 30 years, you don't think they work hard to keep sharp in their craft, to continue to generate new songs? They're at the studio for hours. They have all the money they need, but they still work hard. So don't get caught up into, working smarter and not harder. What I would focus on if I were you, whatever you don't understand, and you learn it, and you understand the fundamentals of it, and you build a strong foundation, then you become smarter at it. You learn more. You learn how to use it. You could be more effective with it. Then you work harder to become better at it than anyone else. But here's what else I will say. Don't focus on what other people are doing or other competitors in your industry are doing. Focus on your process of getting better, because that's the only thing you control. And it takes a lot of work to do that. It takes discipline to do that. The reason why people fail is because they don't have the discipline to want to work hard. Because when you say the word hard, it sounds like almost impossible. Does that make sense? It's like the word problem. When you tell someone you have a problem, they get defensive, they get tight because the word has a bad connotation. But if you say, you have a situation, same thing, but it sounds smoother, right? Gets people less tense. Or you have a challenge. Same thing. But you say the word problem, it just tenses people up. Does that make sense? So, and the number one thing I believe people lack, besides discipline, is they really don't know how to think. Thinking is tough. Unfortunately, people are lazy to think. Because when you start to think objectively, it's like having a mirror in front of you, cutting you up, letting you know where you're going wrong. And that's why in sales, when I teach people and coach them, I said there's only two ways people buy. They either want something or they need something. When you want something, logic is out the window. It's all emotional. When you need to do something, you refuse it. You fight it. And what is the first words that come out of your mouth? I don't want to do that. You see, you don't want to do that. But you need to do it. Yeah, but I don't want to do it. Does that make sense? But you gotta be smart at how you work, how you prepare, and then work hard to execute. You see, because the way you train is the way you're going to perform. Your actions are tied to your thoughts. And practice does not make perfection. The perfect practice or the right practice leads to perfection and all the right results. But you got to be smart on how you practice, right? And you got to work hard at practice. As a former martial artist, the way I learned to work hard as a martial artist, getting my ass kicked many times in the beginning. Because I learned something new. I thought I knew it, but I got exposed, which was a good thing. Got me back to being smarter. Doing the right techniques, the right punch, the right kick, practicing it, being smart, and then working hard to be really good at that punch and that kick. Or running a race. Training was hard. The event was easy. So think about that. Do you want to work smarter, not harder? Or do you want to work smarter and work harder to become better every single day? That's why I never give up cold calling. Because that's what got me to this point in my career. It's like a basketball player not practicing jump shots or free throws. You got to be kidding me if you don't do that. It's not even a thought. It's part of your practice, right? So think about that, guys. Work smart and work smarter. Then when you understand what you're doing and you have the fundamental basics and you build a strong foundation, then you work harder than anybody else. And being the best that you could be by working smarter, working harder, be more effective, training the right way, thinking the right way, taking the right actions, it all interacts. Because if you're not smart, that means you're not thinking. Because guess what? To become smart, you have to think. It's just that simple, guys. Does that make sense? I'm very passionate about what I do. I really am. And a lot of times I hold back because I don't want to sound too aggressive. When I'm pitching on the phone and I'm selling on the phone, it's my stage. I owe it to the customers to give it everything that I have that's going to benefit them. But I'm smart about it. I work hard at it because I make it about them. And that's not easy because we all have selfish nature. A lot of times we want to make it about ourselves. So, I hope this topic has been helpful to you. Again, if you want to follow me on my YouTube channel, all you have to do is hit the subscription button below. Do me a favor, share your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you think. I really do appreciate that. And also, if you think this video can help others, do me a favor. Share the video with others. Share the podcast with others. Till we speak again, I say goodbye. Thank you all for being part of the Paul Cruz Show. And remember this. Work smarter. Work harder to becoming the best that you can be. Have a very successful day. Take care.